Okay, it's that time where we come together at the end for the final ranking. Now, the good thing about this, right, is every single episode that I've ranked so far in the series has been off my initial reaction. You know, it's always been straight after I've watched the episode, I straight away give it a review, give it a ranking within the hour after I've watched it. Whereas now, I've sat on all of these for at least a week now, and I can finally give my full proper ranking without being blinded by the new stuff. So, let's just begin straight away with the Robot Revolution, which is, I actually think is a very good episode. It got very, very slept on. I'm not gonna lie, it got very, very slept on. People were saying that it wasn't a great opener. People were saying that Space Babies is better. Maybe I agree, because as you know, I'm not a big Space Babies hater. I quite like Space Babies. I think it's a very good opener and it does its job very, very well. It was just the CGI babies. If they'd have changed them, the whole thing would be remembered differently. But yeah, Space Babies I loved. This isn't Space Babies, this is the Robot Revolution. I don't know which one I prefer. I don't think they need to be compared. I know they're both series openers, but I don't think like they need to be compared. And for this, again, this did its job. It introduced us to Belinda, who was very, very strong in this episode. I think this was probably Varida's strongest performance in the whole series, which was her first episode. Where to rank it? I mean, S tier, I don't think it can go there. I don't think it can go in S tier. I just don't think I can do that with a straight face. It's not the worst of the series. We'll find out what my worst. Well, you probably know if you've just watched the whole thing. But the Road Revolution, I'll put it in B. Is B too low? No, I'll put it in B. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I don't hate it. I don't not hate it. I just like it. And I think it did its job. And I cannot believe it was 9 weeks ago already. Like, it flies by. But yeah, the Robot Revolution going straight in at number B, which is a letter, not number. Then we bring in this bad boy, Lux. Now, if you know this channel and you've watched this video, you know for a fact that Lux is my favourite episode of the series. I think it is the strongest, most catchy, most I've felt immersed in a Doctor Who episode in a long time. Lux is going straight into S tier. There is no other option in my head of where Lux needs to go. Like, it is the perfect Doctor Who episode in this modern day. I think they did it amazingly. It was written so well by Russell. Ncuti was great. Varida was great. The other actors in it were great. You know, the woman who's looking for Tommy Lee, her son, the diner worker, forgotten his name. Just so many. Reg Pie was great, and not to mention, of course, the wonderful Alan Cumming, who voiced Mr. Ring-a-Ding, and that catchy song, I'm Mr. Ring-a-Ding, I make your heart bells sing. Like, that is Doctor Who, and that is what, if I was a kid, would have made me watch more, you know. It would have made me want to watch more, seeing something like that. And I'm glad that we're sort of aiming this towards new kids, but also I'm still enjoying it, and I know many people enjoyed Lux as well. Lux, my friends, is going in S tier without a doubt, without even a second guess. The next one's controversial, right? The Well. As an episode, I think it is probably another S tier. Now, my only issue with this is it's a Midnight sequel, which at the time I loved. However, I don't think it did good justice to Midnight. It didn't take away, it doesn't make me hate Midnight now, and it doesn't make me hate this episode anymore. I just don't like it. I think this episode could have been something amazing on its own. We didn't need the Midnight connection. You know, we didn't need it. We could have run with this creepy creature that we don't know what it is that stays on people's backs. But no, instead we got Midnight, which again, it's not terrible. It's just, would I have chosen to do that? No. But in saying that, it is still a great episode, so I'm going to put it in S tier. It took me a little bit of thinking there, but I liked it. I did like it. It was scary as well. That was something that we don't get enough of in Doctor Who these days. I was genuinely terrified. So the episode came out, I watched it in the morning, whatever. But then that night, or the night after, I was editing like a video I did on the channel. It was called like, did they ruin the Midnight Entity or something like that? And I was editing it and I was watching back clips of the episode to get it for this video. And I was genuinely getting scared. I was getting scared by this weird creature like 2 a.m. So if it can scare me, it's great. I loved it. Very horrific episode. Now, halfway through the series, we have Lucky Day, which is a very tricky one for me. When I first watched it, I didn't like it. Then I watched it again, and I really liked it. Now I sort of think it's okay. I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, it set up the finale, and I suppose it was good. The Shriek were quite interesting creatures. I mean, Mrs. Flood really intrigued me in this episode, from the little we saw her at the end. Conrad is a very weird character. It's a unique episode. I think the reason I didn't like it to start with is because I felt it was very, very similar to Love and Monsters. And I prefer Love and Monsters, personally. But I don't think it's bad. Do I think it's better than the Robot Revolution? I think it's on par with the Robot Revolution, so I'm going to put it there, in B. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying for now. Personally, where I would stick Series 2's episodes. Now this is probably my most controversial. The Story in the Engine. Without even a thought, going straight into D. I really, really disliked this episode. I think it took what Doctor Who is, completely threw it out the window, and we were just expected to be told everything. You know, there wasn't an adventure. With Doctor Who, I like an adventure, and this is why I say my favourite thing about this episode, I'm not racist, my favourite thing was the Lagos, Nigeria, the community, the setting itself just looked great. The barbershop looked great, and that's part of the adventure. But then it was just, sit down, let this barber guy talk. And I must say, Sean Ferrick, I love Sean Ferrick. He thinks this episode is one of the greatest Doctor Who episodes of all time. And I just cannot wrap my head around how anybody could even begin to think that. It was so dull to me. And I'm very sorry, Inuit Elms. I'm sure you're a great writer. And to be fair, you're right, your dialogue and your story was really, really good. It just didn't feel like Doctor Who to me. So yeah, I'm sorry. Like, again, nothing against you. I'm sure you're really great. But as an episode of Doctor Who, and in terms of this series, which has overall been really strong, I'm afraid the Story in the Engine is going straight down into the D tier. Unfortunately, it pains me to say, but what's done is done. That's not even the right phrase that I was going for. Right, the Interstellar Song Contest. Now, it's odd because my initial reaction to this I actually really liked. Then with this one, I rewatched it again, and people online made it all about the politics of like Israel Palestine, and like the actual Eurovision politics, which I can get why, but like I just think we need to treat it as a Doctor Who episode. So just because it might side with a side of the war you're not a fan of, or it just discusses the war which you're not a fan of, I think we need to just treat it as an adventure, which is how I always treat my Doctor Who episodes when I rank them. As an adventure, this episode straight away goes in A for me. Like, I've moved it. This episode straight away goes in A. Because it's not, it's not S tier, it's not a Lux, it's not as quirky and camp. Well, it is camp actually, but it's not as quirky and funny and have memories in my head that will last forever when someone mentions Doctor Who, like Lux does, and it's not as horrifically bone-chilling vibes that The Well is. But it is very good, and Juno Dawson did a very, very good job with it. And of course the Rani reveal, that's another reason why it's not going in S. Was not a fan of how they did the Rani reveal. I wish the Rani would have revealed herself on the stage. Although, to be fair, in the reality war, we do get to see the Doctor's initial reaction, or Belinda's initial reaction to Mrs. Flood, which is what I always wanted to see. That was what I was really annoyed we were robbed of at the end of this episode and at the end of Wish World, but whatever, it's not bad at all. The next episode, Wish World, going straight in A as well. I think it was very, very... Now I can watch it back and appreciate it more. When it came out, I was very split. I liked the idea. It felt very Lie of the Land. I liked the idea. But in terms of actual episode, I wasn't... It was part 1, so it was hard to measure it, because a lot of part 1s get let down by part 2s. But this, I feel like if I rewatch Wish World now, I am way more hyped, because I know what happens. Do you get me? Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's my point. Now I know what happens, I can go back, rewatch this and think, you know what, bloody hell, that was a good episode of Doctor Who. So it's going in the A tier for now. And next up, the reality war, which is going to sit next to it in A. I don't think that's bad to say. A lot of people online really dislike this episode. I'm still not too sure what the ending is. In my head, the ending is crack in time, Poppy gets faded out, then the Doctor regens it, so Poppy gets brought back in. But other people are saying that the Doctor changes reality, so now Belinda's a mum. I saw it as Belinda was a mum the whole time, and we didn't see it because of this crack. The way I'm doing it, as going in A. If it's the other way around, it might be dropped down to B. But yeah, I like the episode. I mean, Ncuti's regeneration was just beautiful. Where there's tears, there's hope. Beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song. Just whack the table. But yeah, great episode in my opinion. 13 was there. Who else returned? I'm missing something. I mean, Omega was a bit of a letdown. That's why it's not going in S, but great episode. Great episode. And that is the whole of Series 1. Season 2. Didn't even get the right number. So I'll read you through. Right at the bottom, we've got the story and the engine, written by Inuit Ellams. Then in the B tier, we've got the Robot Revolution and Lucky Day, the Robot Revolution, written by Russell T Davies, and Lucky Day, written by Pete McTighe. Then in A tier, we've got the Interstellar Song Contest, written by Juno Dawson, and Wish World and the Reality War, written by Russell T Davies. Then, right at the very top, in the S tier, we've got Lux, written by Russell T Davies, and The Well, written by Russell T Davies, and Sharma Angel Warfall, I think her name is, something like that. Very sorry, love, I've forgotten your name. But yeah, there you go. That is my full tier list for the Season 2. If you could leave a like and subscribe, I know I've said it earlier, but if you leave a like and subscribe, mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey. Leave a like, subscribe. If you want to leave a super thanks, you get a shout out in the next video. Thank you very, very much. I love you all with my whole heart. And yeah, I'll see you very, very soon again. Goodbye.